Welcome to another video. On this one, we're going to talk about Fundrise. I just so happened to hit a particular milestone, so let's get into it. If you happen to like videos like this, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely appreciate it. Small YouTuber here. All right. So as you can see on the screen, I basically started my account July of 2022. So we are 2 years in, and as you can see, it is not going great. We are down $324 all time breakdowns, negative 7.3%. Basically, anytime I've seen any real spikes, they normally just get smacked back down. I mean, it's been pretty consistent throughout. As you can kind of see here, a little bit of a breakdown. I've put in $2,620 of my own money. My total right now is 22.95.14. Um, there have been some dividends, right, that we've gotten about $16 in that time. They've all been reinvested. I wasn't trying to take anything out. I wanted to see if this could grow and become something. So overall, it's $23. Appreciation is where I've really gotten hit. I've had negative appreciation of $342.47. And there's also some advisory fees. So these are kind of like, the normal management fees that you may see on a normal stock. I mean, that's basically what this is. And really, it was right at the end of December. So I got in July, right at the end of December of 2022. There was a drop. It was a pretty significant drop that happened. My account went from about $2,111, dipped down to 1984. And since then, it never really caught up. In fact, things only got worse, really up until about December again. December of 2023, things actually started to go back into more of a little bit more positive transition. And I've really seen is some appreciation. So you may wonder what funds I'm in. So got them right here. Most of my money is in the flagship real estate fund. There are some other ones you could do. Back when I first started investing, there was a caveat where you needed to have, I want to say it was $3,000 in here. And I went and put in, I believe, about $2,000 right up front. I did 1,000 here, right? So I got in July. August 5th, looks like I dropped in some more money because I think I only did 20 to start just to open the account. I did 1,000 here, and then I did another 1,000 October of the same year. So about every month or so, I would jump over and do some more. And at this point, I was said, I'm gonna basically just wait a minute. This is October, November, so I let about 2 months go by, and then it dipped. At that point, I stopped putting a lot of money into it. I have, I believe, $25 that goes in there, just a small little something to see if over time it can grow. Because this is actually set up to be a 5 year thing. That's one thing that's like really important to know for anybody that wants to invest in Fundrise. You're supposed to do it for 5 years. In fact, the money you put into it, technically, you're not allowed to even take out for 5 years. Another important thing, your dividends. If you're getting dividends like this, you're going to reinvest it. Those dividends now have a new 5 year timer on them. So if you don't want to have to wait, you want to basically go ahead and set it so the dividends go right to you, or go into a holding pattern so you can put it into your account. Now, one good thing about this, basically, the 2,000 that I put in, I will be able to take out. Um, in about another 3 years if I want to. But I think I'm gonna let this ride. I think I'm okay with it one way or another. I do think eventually it will go positive. But as most people know, real estate has been doing really bad as far as stocks and things like that. So rates are real crazy. Once the rates go a little bit lower and some of that stuff, I think the appreciation on some of these things will really start to kick in. I think there's something kind of important to show. So you may be wondering, so I got $2,000 in there. What kind of dividends is this generating? It's generating 2.88. All right, so I have approximately 2,100 in there, and I've gotten about 2.88 a month, which is about 0.13%. Um, which by itself wouldn't be a good return. But the one thing to look at, these dividends do appear, somewhat regularly. Here's April, here's May, here's June, oh wait, that one was me. Here's July. You can see that they do happen pretty regularly. So that's not a terrible return. It's just not the best. The overall is down. It's never good seeing your account down 300 something dollars. Um, Certainly the quick drop that happened while I was just starting to put stuff in there. If that hadn't happened, who knows what I would have put in here. All right, so this is a little bit deeper dive into my net returns. As you can see here, it's been pretty much down throughout. The last couple quarters, basically since 2024 started, was really the first time we've gone back positive, same as I showed on the other chart. Before then, it's been pretty rough. But this is one of those things like someone else is kind of managing it. It's almost better just to set it and forget it, not to spend a ton of time on here, unless you're actively managing real estate, which case you may have a better avenue to go than to invest in Fundrise. All right, so when it comes to the real estate portfolio fund that I've been into, you may be wondering kind of what's part of it. Now, it really breaks down to three areas: it's build to rent, industrial, and multifamily. Um, what your particular money goes into can vary. I mean, they're really managing it and picking kind of what section of the money it goes to. But you will get updates that will appear under here that will show lots of updates. So it is something that you can go see. There's even a lot of information down here about the different things that your section is part of. You can look at it. It'll show you like a map. Technically, I guess you could try to drive to it, but it's really not recommended, as even if you were to try to show up and say, I'm part owner of this, all they're really going to see is Fundrise. They're not going to see your name. So they're not going to give you any real access to this. All right. So to close, when it comes down to Fundrise, if I had to do it again, would I do it? The answer is yes. I think I still would do it, especially considering what I've seen in 2024 where things are starting to go back up. I think this could be something, but once again, this is something that I'm willing to just kind of ignore this 2 grand and just kind of see where it goes and to see where it ends up. So if you're not willing to do that, I probably wouldn't recommend to do this. I more would recommend putting it into a REIT, something on a stock market where you could put in, pull out. You could be a little bit more flexible with it. Like I said, your money is essentially gone for 5 years if you put this into Fundrise, unless they've changed something in there. It's not financial advice, all that kind of stuff, but it's definitely something that you got to keep in mind. So, other than that, all I got to say, in case you didn't know, I's a hobo. Thanks for watching.